Hey there. So if you guys own an event planning business or wedding planning business, then this spreadsheet and set of spreadsheets would be perfect for you. So this is an event planner business bundle, including with it is an event planner spreadsheet as well. So this first part of the video, I'm going to show you about this first template, which is the business portion of it. So this is the dashboard. This is going to show you basically how much money you've made, how many events you've completed, just a quick dashboard of what events are coming up, and then which event has the highest revenue. So these things in here you can highlight and delete and change that. Everything else in here is just to tell you numbers. So you can click on this and see numbers of like, oh, I made the most revenue during the Doe birthday, things like that. This, if you click on, will show you how much money you've received. This next one is the event business tracker. This will help you to track your customers from the beginning of their sales, from the beginning of their journey to the very end. So if you put in their name, address, phone, contact information, we've got a contract status. This is a drop-down box. You can say whether or not they are in pending, if they've paid and signed, if they've confirmed, if it's completely done. You can have just call the event name. So we're just going to call this the Doe birthday, and then we're going to choose from the drop-down box which stage that we're in. If we're in the initial stages, if we're planning, if we're in the final stages. This is where you can put in what their budget is. This is what you can put in, how much it actually cost. So this is type. If you want to change any of this or add additional types, you can hit the edit button and then scroll down, add another item, and then let's put in miscellaneous. You can choose the color, customize, and then change the color to whatever you like. Hit OK. And then it says apply to range. And then we're going to scroll down to the bottom of our sheet. And then this ends on row 639. So we're going to do colon L639. And that's going to change everything in that grouping there. Okay, so the rest of this is just more details of the actual what's going on with the event. So they're going to choose a theme, colors, an event location, date, setup time, end time. Have you sent their forms? Have they signed them? Have they paid their deposit? How much that you've received. This part here, if you put in a big number, that number will add to your total received. And then we also have how much, the date that the money was received, how much is owed. And then we've got the payment due date and then some reminder checkboxes. This is a quick event calendar. This is for you to add any events. So we've got an event name, we've got the contact person's name, the type, and this is just an overview of what's going on with your events so that you can keep track of it. We've got a contact list of the vendors that you use all of the time in event planning. So whether or not it's catering or flowers or photography, you can keep up with their contact information, how much you spent, what you would rate them, and any notes. This is a payment tracker so that you can track each vendor that you've used throughout your business and how much the cost is, if it's been paid, what the status is of payment, what the due date is, how you paid it, and then you can also track it by event to make sure that you've gotten everything done. We have a to-do list. It's set by high, medium, and low priority. So you can come in here and put in, purchase supplies. You've got a due date. You can double click in there if this is a Google Sheets and then hit checkbox for complete. If you're using this in Excel, that double click will not work. You're just going to have to put in a date and that'll be fine. And then if you're in Excel, the complete will not be there. You'll just have to put an X for it to be complete. That's one of the major differences of Excel and Google Sheets. Okay, so this is a place for you to track your mileage. This is for tax purposes. So you can just say, from here, let's see, delivery from here to there. You're putting your odometer from the start, odometer for the finish. It will calculate your miles. You just have to put in the cents per mile. It's typically about 65 cents. And then you can physically put in if there's any parking fees, toll fees, and which the claim is, and if you have put in gas. So this is how much you've actually paid for gas. Your tax accountant will love you for this one. This is your income and expenses dashboard. So this is for you to track your income and expenses for the entire year. You can see all of this is in here by month. So you can see if you also need to change this, if say if it's 2026, highlight the 5, put in a 6, put in a 6 for here, and it will change everything all the way down. Everything else will automatically calculate your income and expenses for the year for you. You can see your expenses. If you click on it, it'll give you some numbers. So for here, if we want to put in income, we're going to highlight this. You just put in a date, the type, if it was an income or expense, what the part item was. You can put a name, John Doe, and then if this was income, how much did you make for that party? This will tell you your total income, total expenses, and your net profit for everything. This is a place for you to track your inventory. So whatever you are using personally to plan events. So if you have, tables and chairs, if you've got catering supplies and things like that, this can help you to track your value. All you're basically doing in any of these cells is choosing drop-down boxes, choosing dates, and then putting in items. So if it's, $50 per item, it's going to calculate your value. If you've cleaned it, if it needs to be cleaned again, if it needs repair, you can keep up with your inventory. A timesheet. This is when you see this, it's going to be pretty much blank. It's going to look a little weird once you get it. But what you would do is start off and put in the week, and then it will calculate your days. You're just going to put in the time for 10:00 capital AM to 2:00 capital PM. It will calculate your hours for you. If you work more than so many hours, it will calculate some overtime hours for you. So it'll do it bi-weekly for you, and then it'll calculate your regular hours, rate per hour, and total pay. So this is great for paying employees. We've got a schedule here. Everything in here you just want to highlight and delete. So that way you can keep up with, who's going where, who's doing what, who do you need to hire, and where they're going to be. And then we've got an event planner CRM. So this is for you to keep up with potential clients. So, basically if we come in here, we'll highlight everything and hit the delete button. You can start from scratch. You're putting in names, phone number, email address, what kind of event is it going to be, what their budget is, if they've, what their contract status is, what day you first contacted them, the last contact, and then how many times have you followed up with them to get the sale. If the follow-up is important, you put high priority, where did you find them, the status, and then if there's anything to do. And then this is a marketing tracker for you to track what you have marketed as far as your own business. So you can, let's do the campaign here. Let's see. Okay, so all of these other things are going to be to look weird when you first get in here. So we'll just put in the January, the start date, the end date, the platform, and then how much you spent on it. If you advertise certain items, so sometimes if you're advertising on like Etsy, it'll tell you like, you've advertised 10 items. So you can put in 0 if that doesn't apply. Put in how many impressions, how many clicks, how many conversions, which is how many sales did you get, and then how much did you make. And then you can put in, it'll tell you your cents per click, your click-through rate, your conversion rate, and the return on investment. And then if the ad is complete or still active. So just watch those. It'll change color for you based on, which one's the highest. So if I have a lower number, the numbers will change so you can see what's higher or not. So that's how that works. So it gets darker and lighter based on the color. So that's that for the event planner business template. So this will help you to keep track of like your entire business. The next part we're about to go to is the actual event planner itself, so that you can, this has more sheets, lots of checklists, and I'll be back in a minute. Hey, so this is the event planner template, and if you are wanting to plan an event for, say the Smith 50th anniversary event, this will help you to keep track of everything. So what I would recommend at the very beginning is, as you go through and have different clients, I would make a copy of this sheet and rename it at the top, and rename it something like, the Smith 50th anniversary. So that way you can keep up with this is, this event or not. Okay. So we're starting off with just a questionnaire. You can print this out, and then this will go through and help you to kind of get an idea for what your client, their information, what the event is, and just some simple details that can help you to plan it better. We have main events checklists. So we've got, the big dates. We've got planning and booking florists and DJs and rentals and photographers. And then as far as food and booking everything there. Then we also have a budget. So if you have a budget of, say, $10,000 for this event, you can keep up with whatever the budget is. So you're just putting in numbers, and then you're putting in, say food, and then you're putting the description in and your budget, and then how much you spent. So it'll change, and you can see how much you've spent on most things. So if you spent, $2,000 on food, it'll really change it. Okay, vendor payment tracker. So this one is specifically, I have another one that's in the event planner template. That's kind of for everybody, for all of your vendors, but this is specific to the, Smith 50th anniversary. And so we can keep track of, what's been paid and what's not. So you're just putting in information, choosing drop down boxes, changing your status, and then seeing if it's been paid or not. This is a vendor checklist to make sure that you have booked all of your vendors, confirmed appointments, and planned everything for the actual day of the event. Everything in here. So, and this is an itinerary that you can come up with from beginning to end. And then you literally can highlight everything and start from scratch, put in your own time and whatever is going on in your event. So like 8 a.m. arrive at venue, and then you can print this off and give this to your staff. We've got the before event checklist. So this is everything 12 to 9 months before, all the way up to the event date. This is a very basic checklist for any event, but if you need something specific to your event, by all means, highlight everything and make your whatever checklist, what would help you, book a caterer, book venue, whatever needs to be done. And then you can change this, Smith, sorry, and then you just change the date. Like this, we've got a checklist for stationery. We've got a checklist for what you need to do for the week of the event, packing list for the decor, things that you need to bring, the day of event. We've got before, during, and post event. So this is actually the during the event day. What is this one? This one is your guest list. Did I skip one? Yeah, this is your guest list to keep track of who's been invited, how many number of guests in the party, did we send them a save the date, an invite, did they RSVP, is there a meal? And remember, I showed you how to edit the meal. Do they have allergies, what their table number is, things like that. This will calculate total invited and RSVP'd. We've got a seating chart that you can, you've got a contact of Jane Doe, and you can name the table, Jane family, whatever you want to name it. We've got notes, we've got guests. Each table seats 12, and you can, change the meal, anything you just highlight and delete. This goes all the way down to 21 tables, and then I have some blank ones that continue down. So if you need more than that, you are welcome to it. This is another to-do list for you. We've got a photography shot list. We've got a caterer checklist and a music playlist and an after event checklist. So thank yous, cleaning up, returning things, everything like that. So I hope this helps you. This is a very thorough sheet. If there's anything else that you have any questions about, let me know. I'm at savvyandthriving.com. This sheet, so both of these sheets are going to be available together in one listing and at savvyandthriving.com. So that's the first time I've ever created a 30 plus spreadsheet. So I'm separating it in two to make it easier to navigate. So again, if you need me,